Good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be, and whatever part of the world you're living in. Welcome back to Jet's World. Hope you're having a great one and enjoying your week. Today I want to talk a little bit about timing. And if you really thought about it, how in this world and in the physical world, you know, the real world, timing is very important. Time is very important to a lot of different things, and everybody seems to want to do things on their own time. Now, that can become a little bit of a problem when you look at the grand schemes of things. I mean, when you're at the whim of everybody else's time, it makes you have to put things that you need to get done on hold. Now, the Bible teaches that we're all on God's time. God's time is not our time, and He'll see to it that things get done as He sees fit. Now, that's a good way of looking at it. And that's the way we really should look at the world today and address things in our world that we need to get done. Because no matter how hard we try to rush through things, it's only going to be done when God deems it to be done. And yes, it can be very frustrating at times. It can be downright maddening about how long you had to wait in between getting some things done, and it can be, just to say on a light side here, frustrating is a simple way of putting it, a nice way of putting it. And sometimes you just feel like you want to just reach over and grab a hold of somebody by the collar and just shake them into there and say, "Hurry up!" Especially when the things that you need to get done are time sensitive. But you got to have faith in the direction that you're going is provided by God, and He will see you through it. Even though at times it may seem like you might not be able to handle a single more second of the waiting, of the they're tapping your foot type situation, like, okay, when is so and so want to come? Hey, good to see you. How you doing? Getting back to what I was saying about timing. Timing is everything, and yet it is nothing. We can't get too wrapped up into our own time because, well, let's just put it this way: can you really do anything quicker than what God wants it done? And is it going to really make you feel better by maybe wanting to scream at somebody for not getting done quicker? It's not going to get the project done any quicker. The more you yell and scream, hell, 9 times out of 10, the more you yell and scream, the slower they're going to go just out of spite. I mean, it really is frustrating. But, like I said, we just got to keep our heads together and have faith that we're going down the right path for ourselves. Although when that timing does line up and you get your project done or whatever it is you got going on is actually completed, don't you feel better about the situation? And you kind of sit there and you look back on it and you're like, okay, I didn't really understand the whole time frame, but now that it's done, I can see why you made me wait, kind of thing. you know, Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling kind of bad, or whatever the case may be. Tricky, you know. That also comes down to what you're saying. You know, you've been better. That kind of falls into the whole timing thing. We feel things and we go through things at certain times in our lives for reasons. And it's not always going to be pleasant. You're going to feel some discomfort or some pain along the way. But if you stop and you think about it, yeah, I kind of figured as much, dear. I'm sorry that you're still going through what you're going through. And anytime you need to talk in world, you know how to reach me. I'm not that hard to find. Every time we go through something, whether it be good or bad, we learn a lesson from it. And we not only learn a lesson from it, but in most cases, we learn a skill. And we can apply our situation and our experiences down the road to possibly help people at a later date. And if you really think about why we are here in this world, that is why we are here. That is why God put us on this earth, to help each other and to spread His word and to teach people from our own experiences. Even though sometimes it can be a pain, it can really hurt emotionally and physically at times. But if you lean on the friends that you have and you stand strong and you actually take time to talk to God, you will get through whatever it is you're going through and getting through. I know I might be getting a little bit deep for some of y'all. For those of y'all that might be watching this at a later date and you might be new to the channel, if you like the content that I produce here in Dratch World, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and tell all your friends about Dratch World. It does help the channel grow and get the message out of whatever it is I'm talking about at that particular time. I try to help people when I can. I try to make it fun when I can. But not everything is going to be Second Life related. Not all my content rather, is going to be Second Life content. And for those of y'all that are new, I might get a little bit too deep for you. Or I might say something that might rub you the wrong way. But if you stick around and you actually give the channel a chance, I think you're going to like it. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the conversation at hand, and that is timing. Timing is, like I said, everything. And if you slow down and stop trying to rush through it, excuse me, and kind of yield yourself to God's timing, things become more clear. And you become more happier along the way. Now, a lot of people have a hard time in finding emotional support groups. And that's where Second Life can become a great tool. So, if you're out there and you're looking for a support group, turn to some of these places here in Second Life. I mean, you got to have to do a little bit of searching. You have to actually get up your little platforms out of your homes and even do a little bit of exploring. But when you explore, there's no telling what you might find. I mean, I explore a little bit each and every day, and if I encounter something that's quite interesting or I feel like can give you all some type of enjoyment or something of that nature, then I put it on the channel. But exploring is very healthy, it can help ease your mind when your troubles and just make you feel better overall. You might even meet friends, and make some very strong connections. You've just got to be open to the possibilities. You can't let your mind just go, oh, well, today's another day of having to do this. There's a time, let me say this, there's a time for grieving in all matters. And nobody's going to be able to tell you that your grieving period is over with. Only you can be able to say that. And only God can pull you through stuff like that. The reality of this is the world is hard. And it gets harder each and every day. We have to live with our decisions and how we live our lives, and you can't just run from the choices you make. You got to be able to be adult enough to be able to live with the consequences. Now, back in the early years of Second Life, at least my early years of Second Life, I saw a whole lot of body shaming going on. And to this day, it still goes on. But I don't think it goes on to the level that it once did. Everybody comes here for different reasons. Some people come in here to experiment with their fantasies, things that they wouldn't dare do in the real world. Others come in here looking for romance. Other people just come in here looking for an escape from the everyday pressures. Just to give their mind a break. So it doesn't really matter what you come to Second Life for. Just be careful in what you do and what you say and who you choose to be friends with. Because there are a lot of bad actors on this platform. People that will sit there and just try to use you and abuse you. But there's good people out there too. But you just gotta take the time to actually experience what Second Life has to offer and don't get so wrapped up into it that you forget about your real life. I always put the real life ahead of Second Life. A lot of people come in here, I've seen it, because I've been in Second Life for a lot of years. I've seen people come in here, they get so addicted to the fantasy aspect of it that they lose track of what they were doing in the real. And that can be very dangerous and very unhealthy. For those of y'all that maybe coming to the stream a little later after it's no longer live out and you're new, I want to go ahead and welcome you now. What you'll find here in my channel is you'll find commentary, you'll find exploring videos, you'll find live streams when I just want to sit there and talk about whatever's going on in the world today or even in my world. I'm here to try to entertain you the best I can and to also help where I can as well. The more you get to know Jack, he's going to rub you the wrong way a lot of different times. But once you actually get to know him well, he'll be there for you when it's all said and done. Now, I don't want y'all to be shy. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Drop Jack a note card or an I am in world from time to time if you wanted to have me explore something or talk about something on my shows. Give me suggestions. I'll look into the topics, try to become informed as well as I can be, and then possibly put it on air. Now, a lot of people in here like to role play, and they create these characters that are completely the opposite from what they are in the real. And that's what Second Life is all about. But the reason why I'm saying all this and bringing all this up is don't get lost in the fantasy to the point to where you lose yourself. You can make a lot of meaningful friendships and relationships in here that can transcend beyond the Second Life platform. But you've got to be careful when you're doing that, though, because a lot of people just want to see how far they can push you or use you and so forth and so on. It is a fascinating place, this world, with a lot of great imaginations and a lot of very skilled builders and clothes designers. Just go out and have fun and try to enjoy yourself. And when you need to talk, turn to the people you know you can trust. But don't be afraid to open yourself up a little. Just be smart about it when you do. Excuse me. This live stream is going to be coming to an end here pretty soon. I don't want to go all that long unless there's a lot of activity in chat. So if you like what you see here, take some time and explore the channel. Go dive deep into the videos and the other past live streams and just get to know what Jack's World is all about. I'll guarantee you that the more you dive in, the more you're going to like it. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and tell all your friends. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Be safe out there, and don't forget, give Jack a holler. But before I go, I'm going to talk a few more minutes about timing and making sure that you completely understand what I mean by timing. Look at it from this standpoint. When you're going for let's talk about it in the real world capacity for just a moment. When you're going for a job and you're going through the interviewing process and you're sitting there and you're filling out the paperwork and you turn it in and they call you in and they ask you these questions about what do you bring to this place, or what are your skills, or how skilled are you in this application, or what have you. And you feeling like, oh yeah, I kind of nailed this interview. Oh, I feel so great. And you go home, they said, right before you leave, they say, well, we'll be in touch. Okay? It might be a week. It might be 2 weeks. Heck, it might even be 3 weeks down the road. And you're sitting there beginning to wonder, like, well, if I hadn't heard from him, by now I don't guess I got the job. Now, just think about this for a moment. The reason why you might not hear from him immediately is because God wants you to wait for a second. Because somebody might be in your way or something. See, he clears a path for you in all matters. And that's where we got to become patient and trust in the timing of things. Because he's not going to let you go through anything that's going to be deliberately bad for you. And that does not mean that bad things don't happen. They do. They do. That's just the way the world is. Excuse me. But at the same time, when you're experiencing your darkest peak moments and you're going through something bad, that's when you got to rely on your faith and your friends more than ever. And trust that the timing of this is for your benefit overall. It's going to hurt like hell. It will. Whatever you're going through in your darkest time, it's going to hurt. It's going to drive you insane sometimes, or you feel like you're going insane, I should say. But that's just when you got to, dig in deeper. Really dig in deeper in your faith and turn to your friends in both worlds. Don't sit up in your house, whether it be in a virtual world or the real, and play the woe is me card to the point to where you're not going out and doing anything. Take time to mourn, yes. And like I said earlier, nobody can tell you when your mourning period is over with. Only God and you can do that. But one day you're going to wake up and you're going to start to feel better. Guaranteed you'll start to feel better. But it's going to take time. And that goes right back to the whole meaning of this particular live stream. Timing is everything. Good or bad, timing is everything. And we can be tested and pulled in every direction. From the right to the left to the up to the down. Whichever way you want, however you want to look at it. That helps you understand it. We can be pulled in that direction. I cannot emphasize enough that you just gotta stay strong and have faith that it's going to all work out, because it will. It will. It might not seem like it now. It might not seem like it a day from now, a week from now, or hell, even a month, or even a year. Because nobody can put a timetable on grief. No matter what kind of grief it is. Because we suffer losses every day. You see a loss of a friendship, a romance sometimes fizzles out. That's the passing of that particular relationship. So you're going to mourn that. You're going to mourn anything that you actually ever cared about that you end up losing or the situation changes. You're going to mourn it a little bit. And you're going to reflect on the good times. Hopefully at some point in time, you'll take the time to reflect on it all. But you will, I promise you this, you will eventually get better. You'll eventually start to feel better. It's got to trust in yourself and trust in God. And let Him work through you. And let Him take care of you and guide you. Alright, now, that's truly, I've been going to wrap that up now. And I hope you all have a great day and enjoy yourselves. For those of y'all popping in at a later date and you're brand new to Jantz World, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and tune in for more content throughout the week. I'll see you all next time and have a great day. And God bless. Oh, yeah.